Selecting your coaching style. Most coaches base their coaching style off of one of the following styles: the command style, the submissive style, or the cooperative style. In the command style of coaching, the coach makes all of the decisions. The role of the athlete is to respond only to the coach's commands. Under this style, it is believed that the coach has the knowledge and experience, so the athlete should do as they are told by the coach. This style of coaching is the dominant model, and Coach Bobby Knight is a great example of the command style of coaching. Coaches who select the cooperative style of coaching share the decision-making with their athletes. These coaches recognize their responsibility to provide leadership and guide their athletes toward achieving goals. Cooperative style coaches help their athletes realize that they cannot become responsible adults without learning how to make decisions themselves. The challenge with this type of coaching style is to provide the right balance between directing the athletes and letting them direct themselves. Coaches who follow this style focus on teaching, not just the technical skills of the sport, but life skills as well. Coach Phil Jackson is a great example of a coach who uses the cooperative style of coaching. With the submissive style of coaching, coaches make as few decisions as possible. This type of coach provides little instruction, minimal guidance in organizing activities, and addresses discipline problems only when absolutely necessary. Some coaches opt for this style because they lack the competence or confidence to provide instruction in their athletes. They may be unwilling or unable to devote the necessary time and effort to properly prepare for practice sessions or competitions. Lastly, they may believe that this style of coaching is what is best for their athletes. You may see this style of coaching in kids' recreational leagues due to the number of parents who volunteer to help as coach. If you are like other coaches, you played sports for many years before you started coaching. When you assume the role of coach, you must make the transition of getting things done through others. You can no longer participate in the game yourself, even though you wish you could. Excellent coaches are leaders who give the team direction by having a vision of what can be and then know how to translate that into reality. These coaches seek to develop an environment or a team culture to achieve the goals that they have charted for their team. To be a leader, you must first know what a leader does. The first thing is provide direction. Great leaders set goals by having a vision for their team. Next, build a psychological and social environment, one that is conducive to achieve the team's goals. Next, instill values. This can be done by sharing your philosophy of life. Number 4, motivate members of your team. Motivate them to pursue the goals set by the team. 5, confront members when problems arise. Leaders need to attempt to resolve conflicts quickly and appropriately. And lastly, communicate. Great leaders need to be able to relay their message to their athletes. Other qualities a great and successful coach should have include knowledge of the sport, motivation, and empathy. There is no substitute for knowing the rules and technical and tactical skills of the sport you coach. To teach the fundamentals well to beginners, you must have as much knowledge as you can obtain. Your ability to teach both technical and tactical skills will earn you respect from your athletes. You can have all the skills and knowledge in the world, but without motivation to use them, you will not be successful. Coaching is a demanding position if you want to do it well. It takes a lot of time before, during, and after competitions. It is often intense, and it requires you to make many important decisions. The coaching profession can be physically, mentally, and emotionally draining. However, it can also be very rewarding. Empathy is the ability to understand the thoughts, feelings, and emotions of your athletes and to convey sensitivity to them. Successful coaches understand their athletes' joy, frustrations, anxiety, and anger. Coaches with empathy are more readily communicate respect for their athletes, and in return they received more respect. Coaching is a respected profession. Therefore, many organizations have developed various codes of ethics for coaches. Here is an example courtesy of Rainer Martins, author of the text Successful Coaching. Coaches should demonstrate the following behaviors: be respectful and honest, be fair and trustworthy, be responsible for the team and yourself, be competent and maintain competency, be caring, provide a safe physical and psychological environment, be a role model for good citizenship, respect the law, be sensitive to cultural and individual differences. Here are some behaviors you should avoid. Do not discriminate because of cultural and individual differences. Do not use alcohol, drugs, or tobacco when you are with the team, and discourage such use. Do not sexually harass or engage in sexual relationships with athletes. Do not condone hazing or bullying, and do not gamble.